Hello, Dr. Joe here of the drjoe.com and the 2020from.com. So what have I got in front of me here? Well, I've got lemon juice in a glass of water, so that will qualify as lemon water. And I want to talk to you about lemon water and fat loss, the relationship between lemon water and fat loss. There is some suggestion that you can use lemon water to facilitate fat loss. But what we haven't bothered to explain to you is the how and the why this lemon water, or more specifically lemon juice, how it aids fat loss. So that's what I want to fix today. I want to talk to you about the how and the why. But more importantly, I'm also going to share with you how to use this lemon water to get the best results as far as fat loss is concerned. So the way this video is going to work is I'm going to start off with the how and the why, and then later on I'm going to share with you the tips on how to get the best results for fat loss using lemon water. So let's get started. So yes, we're going to be talking about the how and why lemon water helps you to lose the fat. And what you're going to find out in this very video is that the answer is not really far-fetched at all. So let's start off with the how. How does lemon water aid fat loss? Let's look at that. And like I said, the answer is not far-fetched, and it all has to do mainly with the pH. Okay, the pH of lemon water. Lemon juice contains citric acid. Okay, citric acid, and this is the acid that is going to help us with our weight management efforts. Now, what we do know in nutritional science is that if the pH is less than 3.5, that inhibits the breakdown of starch in the mouth, oral, and in the stomach. So oral gastric breakdown of starch is inhibited when the pH is less than 3.5. And this is what we're going to be cashing in on. Now, the enzyme in question here that is going to be inhibited is the salivary enzyme called salivary amylase. Okay, this is the enzyme that gets inhibited. And when you succeed in doing that, you inhibit the breakdown of starch. So check out this experiment. What the scientists did was they fed individuals with carbohydrate meal and water alone versus feeding them the carbohydrate meal as well as lemon juice. So what happened in that very experiment? When the study participants were fed water alone with the carb, 85% of the starch was broken down in the first hour of stomach digestion. Okay, 85% of the starch was broken down when water alone was consumed with the carbohydrate meal, versus when lemon juice was used, the breakdown of the stomach starch was slashed by half. Okay, by half. This is pretty good news for you if you want to lose weight using lemon water. What that means is that when less starch is broken down, there is less calorie output from that meal. So you are cheating, really. You're eating the carb and you're getting less calories from that very meal. And that translates to more calorie deficit overall, which is what facilitates the weight loss when you use lemon water. Okay, the lemon juice has citric acid, and that inhibits the breakdown of starch by inhibiting the salivary amylase enzyme, and that translates to more calorie deficit. So let's talk about it. Why? And I have already touched on some of the reasons already. Reason number one is the fact that lemon water is acidic. Okay, it has a pH of between 2 to 3. And if you remember, I said when the pH is less than 3.5, this is in nutritional science, then of course the enzyme that is responsible for the breakdown of starch is inhibited. That means the enzyme cannot really perform its function, and that means less starch is broken down. And then you win overall because there's more calorie deficit for you, and that is what facilitates the weight loss. Lemon juice has a pH of between 2 to 3, which means the pH is less than 3.5. And that's because lemon juice contains two acids, citric acid and ascorbic acid. Ascorbic acid is vitamin C, but this is the acid, the citric acid, is the one that does the job of the weight loss for us. Not the ascorbic acid, is the citric acid. Reason number two is that lemon water is a low-calorie drink. If you squeeze half a lemon, you get about 6 calories. One lemon is going to give you 12 calories. When you squeeze 2 lemons, you're going to end up with a maximum of 24 calories. So
You get about between 6 to 24 calories depending on how many lemons you use. 2 lemons will be equivalent of 24 calories. 1 lemon is 12. Half a lemon is 6 calories overall. So low calorie overall. Reason number 3 is that lemon water keeps you hydrated. There's some evidence in science that adequate hydration may aid fat metabolism.
So now that we know the how and the why this lemon water facilitates fat loss, let's talk about how to use it to get the best results for fat loss. So I got 3 tips for you. The first tip is you've got to use fresh lemon, okay? It's got to be one that you made yourself at home. Do not go for the commercially available ones. Just get your lemons yourself and squeeze the juice yourself. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2, I've got in here 2 lemons squeezed in here, okay? 2 lemons. In terms of dosage, I would suggest you use 2 lemons. Why? Well, because I want us to get as much citric acid as possible inside this very glass. So that way we can actually interfere with the activity of the salivary amylase enzyme. Okay, so 2 lemons is what I would suggest. You may use 1 if you prefer, but I will suggest 2. So that's tip number 2. Tip number 3 is when to use this lemon water. And you can infer from the video that the best time to use the lemon water is to have it along with your meal. Because it's pointless, say you have your lemon juice at 6 a.m. and you're having your meal, say, at 9 o'clock in the morning. You want to have the lemon juice along with the meal. That way, the citric acid will have the opportunity to inhibit the activity of the salivary amylase enzyme, because that's what we want to block. We want to block the activity of the salivary amylase enzyme. So you don't want to use the lemon water separately from your meal, especially when you're having a carbohydrate meal. The best time to use the lemon water is to have it along with your meal. That way, the citric acid will have the opportunity to block the activity of the salivary amylase enzyme. So those are my 3 tips, okay? Do not use commercially available lemon juice. Make yours yourself. Second tip is to use 2 lemons preferably. And the third tip is to use the lemon water along with your meal. So if you do that, hopefully you should be getting some very nice results. So hopefully you got some value from this very video. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up. Please like the video. And also please share this video with your friends, with your family, with your colleagues. If you got any questions, any comments regarding this video presentation, go ahead, leave your comments down below. I think that's about it. Until next time, well, this is Dr. Joe signing out.